welcome. You don't have to do anything right now. You don't have to understand. You don't have to improve. You don't have to arrive anywhere. This is simply a place to pause. If life has been loud, if your thoughts have been crowded, if everything kept moving, even when you didn't have the energy to move with it, you were allowed to slow down here. This space did not disappear. It was not gone. It was only quiet for a while. And sometimes quiet is not absence. Sometimes quiet is gathering. Sometimes quiet is healing. Sometimes quiet is what happens before something gently begins again. You may be returning, or you may be here for the very first time. Either way, there is no difference. There is no expectation attached to you, no timeline you need to fit into. You are welcome exactly as you are. Take a slow breath. Not a forced one, not a deep one. Just a natural breath that reminds your body you are safe enough to pause. There is a quiet strength in returning. Not the kind of strength that pushes, not the kind that proves anything, but the strength that says, I am still here. I am allowed to begin again. I don't need permission to continue. Life doesn't always pause when we need it to. Sometimes it keeps asking, keeps pulling, keeps demanding. And when that happens, the soft parts of us often step back. They wait. They conserve energy. They protect what matters most. That is not failure. That is wisdom. If you've been carrying more than you expected to, if you've been quiet longer than you planned to, if you've had to choose survival over expression, let this be a gentle reminder. You didn't disappear. You didn't lose yourself. You didn't miss your chance. You were tending to something unseen. This space exists for moments like that. Moments where words don't need to explain, where thoughts don't need to resolve, where nothing needs to be fixed. Here, you are allowed to simply be. You may notice your mind wandering. That's okay. You may notice emotions rising. That's okay too. Nothing here asks you to perform calm. Nothing here demands clarity. Nothing here requires certainty. You don't need to know what comes next. You don't need to feel hopeful. You don't need to feel strong. You only need to be present enough to listen. There is something powerful about gentleness. It doesn't shout. It doesn't rush. It doesn't convince. It waits. It holds. It stays. This is not a space for motivation. It is not a space for answers. It is not a space for pressure disguised as positivity. This is a space for rest that doesn't need to be earned. If you've been telling yourself, I'll rest when things calm down, I'll slow down when I'm done, I'll breathe when everything is handled, let this be the moment you stop postponing care. Because rest is not the opposite of progress. Rest is what allows progress to continue without breaking you. You are allowed to return softly. You are allowed to begin quietly. You are allowed to take up space without explanation. Nothing about starting again needs to be dramatic. Sometimes it looks like sitting still. Sometimes it sounds like a calm voice. Sometimes it feels like relief without celebration. And that is more than enough. If this moment feels small, let it be small. Small moments are easier to carry. Small moments are easier to return to. You don't need a breakthrough today. You don't need a revelation. You don't need a plan. You only need this moment, and this moment is already here. This space will continue, gently, slowly, without urgency. You can come back whenever you need. You can listen without commitment. You can leave without guilt. Nothing here will chase you. Nothing here will demand consistency. Nothing here will measure your presence. This is not about productivity. This is about permission. Permission to breathe, permission to pause, permission to return. And if all you do today is sit here for a few moments longer than you planned, that is already something gentle you did for yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for returning. Thank you for listening. You are welcome to stay. You are welcome to rest. You are welcome exactly as you are.